I remember how it started. It feels like yesterday, how time flies. Hey, um, are you trying to improve your life? Are you trying to change your perspective? How people think about you? How people value your life? I think you've come to the right channel. I've been a procrastinator before, and it took me to a dungeon that I didn't really think I would overcome, and I had to take a leap of faith and just started believing in myself again and stop listening to a lot of people, a lot of gurus, and I just put myself first in whatever I started doing in life, because I read so many books out there, watched so many documentaries, talked to a lot of people, went to a lot of conferences, seminars, lost a lot of money in those so-called seminars, and on top of that, I didn't get any value or any knowledge, but I just became in debt and in credit card debts, etc., etc. But I remember how it started and where it all began. For those who don't know me, my name is Don, D-O-N. I was born in Zambia in this little small town called Kabwe. And this story is pretty encouraging to every kid out there, boy or girl, with a dream and just a passion of just to be somebody or aspiring to be somebody out there in life. But I can tell you, just don't give up in life, all right? Just keep going, all right? The sky is not the limit. But yeah, I remember how it all began. So it feels like yesterday, how time flies, all right? I remember when mom was still alive. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit emotional. Yeah, but when mom was still alive, like everything was good. Life was good, Went to private schools, was driven in nice cars, because when my mom worked for a very corporation company, and she was the director there. So I was talented playing soccer, but at that age, because if you don't know my background, my father used to play professional soccer, and he traveled the world playing professional soccer. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to meet him because he passed when I was like 3 years old in a car crash. May sorry, rest in peace. But at least he passed me the talent to the future generation, his sons. And on top of that, I was just experimenting playing soccer, football. We call it football back home in Zambia. Playing in the streets, just sharpening up, like, if you're African or probably South American, you know how we play soccer in the dirt, right? Football in the dirt, like in the gravel or something like that, just playing soccer. You don't even know, just having fun and just kids or whatever, right? But how my life changed dramatically was like after my mom's death. I think I was almost 11, 12, 13 years old, 12 or 10 to 10, between 10 and 11, when my mom passed, right? And everything, 2 weeks later, everything changed. From everybody who knows the African culture, it's like the family, when the elderly person passes, we don't have like foster home. Probably it's like the family volunteer to take in the deceased children or whatever, grandparents, but mostly it ended up like the family or the grandparents. But for me, unfortunately, I had an elder brother. I thank so rest in peace, Bob, who really took care of us. He was like a father figure in my life. Without him, I don't know where I would have been this time. And shout out to my Uncle Solomon as well for being part of my life. But after my mom passed, before she passed, everything was brilliant. Went to private schools, the grades was good in school, and I wasn't the smartest, and I wasn't the what you call it, the dumbest, but I was getting good grades. So on top of that, going to play soccer, I put soccer first because I used to play soccer like every day as a kid, just playing around. So on top of that, my mom passed. Everything after 2 weeks changed because family came and literally took everything, and was back to square zero. Not even knowing what you went from going to private school and went to a community school, a local school, where they will mock you, bully you. Oh, we're gonna see, since your parents are dead now, they prayed for your downfall. You never know, including even family members, right? And it was so depressing that in Africa we didn't take depression or mental health seriously. we don't usually take it seriously. It's not like in the Western world where depression and mental health is taken seriously. But then, you know, you're just a kid, you don't even know what you're going through. Your parents are dead and you're just an orphan now, or you can just depend, or you look at your little sister and you look at your little brother, they're looking to you. What can you do next? So we started shoplifting. We started going from grocery to grocery store just to, like, you know, to shoplift, just to eat a meal, or just have like breakfast or dinner or supper, whatever you can call it. I remember looking at my sister and I'm like, damn, she gonna grow up, like, you know. At least I was fortunate to see my mom when I was between 12 and 13, but I'm looking at my sister like, wow, this is gonna be like a long road for her, you know. Thank God I'm still like the father figure in the family, and I still support, take care of my sister up. She's a grown-ass woman right now, and thank God that I'm there to acknowledge and just be supportive and appreciative of the woman she's become today. But yeah, on top of that, playing soccer in the streets, I was scouted to go for a tryout. You know, I was scouted to go for a tryout to go play for Kabwe Warriors. It's a bigger team in Zambia. If you know Kabwe Warriors, if you're from Zambia, yeah, I was scouted to go play for. At 13, they scouted me to start playing football. I joined Kabwe Young Warriors. They signed me, but you know, I didn't have the proper guardian or agent to direct me. All I just saw was just a contract offered. I was like, oh, this can put food on my, that's why I need to, I'll stop, which means I'll stop shoplifting. It's gonna put some food on the table, but for me, my brothers and sisters, I didn't even hesitate because I didn't have the proper guidance, nobody to guide me. My brother was just all like, oh, just put your pen here, sign, but I didn't know I was signing my life away, right? Because those contracts, that's why I tell each and every person, please, if you're getting spotted or scouted, get an other for legal parents or guardian to go with you, or before you sign or put pen on any paper, on formal documentation. Please, and I beg of you, please do that. So I signed it. It wasn't even a contract, it was just them signing me. Yeah, I started featuring for Kabwe Warriors. It was brutal because even the players was they were way old. I was the youngest. I was the first Kabwe boy to play for Kabwe Warriors. I was the youngest. Probably 13. They used to mock me. They used to abuse me. I used to carry bags for the senior players. I have witnesses for this. Like, I used to carry bags. I used to bring them water. If they used to treat me like garbage because I was the youngest, I was 13, so they would mock me. And I can't, if they told me if you tell the coach, it's gonna be even worse. Even when it came to practice, they were like, oh, there's no way you can pick a 13-year-old. They never value the young talent over those people, like, oh, we've got families to feed. But without even noticing, I'm 13 years old, I got family relying on the 13-year-old, right? So all hell came loose, and I started featuring for the Zambia under-17, under-20. It even made my other teammates mad, because I was like, oh, this kid should be very special, very talented. I was really good at playing soccer, right? So without further ado, then we had a friendly with some international team, pre-season. Then I was really good. So the team started showing interest. They reached out to my coach. Was like, oh, we would like to take the boy off from this club and take him to other clubs in South Africa or other clubs. My coach, I remember those days with my coach. It was like, oh no, he's still young, he's still developing, and the family realized that. The coach had to lie. Can you believe it? To shadow my talent just to go forward. So I had to stay for another a couple of years, play for Cowboys. I played there for 2-3 years, but I didn't have regular game time. So I asked my coach, can I go on loan? On top of that, he could not release me to go on loan. So I started boycotting going for practice. I started getting fed up because my pay wasn't coming on time, and I just started boycotting going for practice. So I went back to the streets, I had to survive because the only way I got paid was when I featured playing soccer, but I wasn't being picked to play soccer. They chose other players compared to me. They didn't even put my talent first. So I chose to go back in the streets. But after that, I met somebody from the States. She was like a volunteer doctor in Zambia. So like, oh, have you thought about going to play overseas? Because I traveled a little bit going to play soccer overseas with under 17s, but I saw I was exposed. So I thought I don't really have the connection. She was like, oh, I can help you get into America and go try out for some teams. So I think that was my guardian angel from that time. Everything was arranged. I didn't even tell my team that I was like traveling overseas. Oh, I just have another opportunity. She worked everything. So I came to the United States. Then she put me in contact with the soccer agent, but the same soccer agent didn't care about me going to play college soccer. It was like, no, I can push you to go to the major league teams. Which I was like, oh, since if I'm just gonna go straight to the major league, which means I'll start getting paid. He was like, yeah. So I didn't know that he didn't care about my talent. He only wanted to make money off me because I had other opportunities where I would have gone to the Netherlands and played soccer. But he was like, no, the major league is gonna pay you more money. But without even knowing me being a kid, just being a kid, I was excited again. So I came to the United States and I came here. So practicing. He took me to this other fields practicing. Then I got hurt. So getting hurt, I could not even go for tryouts wherever I was supposed to go. So he abandoned me. Then I just became homeless in New York City. I became like homeless. I was sleeping in the train. That's another video. I'm gonna make another video on that topic. So while I'm still going those struggles, I became homeless and my brother passed. Shout out to Angel, man. So rest in peace. That was like my favorite brother, right? And my brother passed. So with all that trauma and everything, you didn't mourn your mom. You died. You didn't even have a proper memorial for your mother. And my older brother died Bob from an alcohol poisoning. Before Angel, sorry. Bob died before alcohol poisoning. So it's been a roller coaster. So then everything just broke loose. On top of that, 2 years passed. My other brother Angel died as well. With a kidney failure. So everything, all that trauma, I never had chance to mourn my brothers. And it all happened all of a sudden. Then I was sitting at Washington Square Park one day. I remember eating a pizza. I was doing some work, and this lady walked up to me. She was just asking me questions, so we just having a conversation with her. And I was smiling, but I didn't know that I was smiling, but I was crying. So she said, "Wow, why are you crying?" And I didn't even know that I was crying. She was, "Oh, I didn't even notice. I was carrying so much pain and anxiety inside my body. I didn't even know. I didn't even have the knowledge because I didn't seek any professional help or whatever. And so every time I'll meet other people, just try to drag me down, and I carried all that trauma with me without even knowing that it was causing me so much pain. And on top of that, I just found myself trembling in life and just going down and down into a hole that I could not even pull myself out. So she told me, "Oh, if you need somebody to talk to, you can at least come talk to me." So she gave me, she was a counselor. She was doing some psychosocial counseling somewhere. So I went there. She introduced me to this lady who was more like a therapist. So she would talk to me for free, once a week. She was an Asian lady, and I thanked that lady. I don't really have stayed in connection with her, but I really thanked her that she literally saved my life, because I started having second thoughts about, is this life worth living? Because I've lost all my brothers, I lost my mother, and the only thing that kept me going was my sister. I can't just give up. Who is she gonna depend on? Because she was always depending on me, and she's the one yo, you gotta keep going, bro. She gotta keep going, because I was paying her school fees. I still do up to now everything. So I was like, this is the only person I'm living for, And on top of that, jumped into relationships which was not healthy, or just even being toxic, and they were just brought in the toxic, and just I just needed help, but I didn't even know that I needed help till that lady came into my life, and on top of that, I just started discovering that there was just so much that was missing into my life, just to talk to somebody that opened up a lot of pores to my life, that I cried the cry that I never imagined that I would cry, because I called myself, oh, I'm strong, I'm gonna go through it, but no, literally, honestly, generally speaking, I cried like I almost cried like for like an hour, and she told me to let everything out. Like after I cried, I felt relief a little bit. I felt a little bit relieved. But on top of that, it opened another dimension in my, I think in my life. I started seeing a lot of positivity, like just as a person, as a man, and just started growing and evolving. Because the world is very toxic, and we live in this toxic environment where you don't even know your genuine friends. I used to have friends, but they never encouraged me to see a therapist. They just told me, oh, in America, you have to be strong. You have to put yourself first. You just have to work. But without knowing all those words they were telling me, you were just killing me, taking me to the early grave. And I'm thankful to that lady. This story, I'm telling you, I hope it helps the person who's watching this video. And I hope you stay to the end of the video. So, and I'm thankful that you're watching this video. This is my story from me, from the bottom of my heart to you, all right? Whatever you're going through, it's not permanent, it's temporary, but it takes yourself to overshadow whatever you're going through. If you need to seek help, please, I advise you to seek help, all right? I didn't know that I needed help, but that lady in that moment, I think it's God, and I prayed to God for that lady. She came into my life at the right time when I really needed that lady. She was a stranger, and we became family. She became my close friend that I would reach out to anytime, and I was homeless, so I would crash by a couch. The husband accepted me as like they were just like friends to me. They helped me a lot, and on top of that, then I started discovering a lot of talent that I had within me. Because I thought I would just be like deliver stuff, like every African person when they come from America, they take their standards very low without even they get so much potential. You know what I mean? I had so much potential, even acknowledge that I had so much potential. So it's like my mind was open after that, but I was still suffering from this past trauma. I didn't mourn my parents or my brothers pretty well. Then I really never made peace with it. So I just discovered that I was diagnosed with PTSD. I didn't even know what PTSD was till I went for therapists, and they said, oh, you suffer from PTSD, you need a lot of help. So I needed comfort, which I didn't know, but I was hanging out with the wrong people. So after I started noticing, I started seeing that lady, and I changed a lot of my habits, and that's the time I noticed the gym. I started going to the gym like 7 days a week. Like always. That's why I don't know down Planet Fitness. That's the only gym I could afford, and I was homeless by then. So that's the only gym I would pay $10 a month, and I could like shower, change my clothes in there. And that's when I discovered myself, the purpose of fitness. All that passion of me liking soccer, it just died. It died after my brother passed. And I found another passion in going to the gym. I started like knowing the culture of meditating, and I started knowing much about entrepreneurship. The first copybook that somebody introduced me to, like when I was talking about entrepreneurship, I think I remember they told me to get this was the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was the first book I did. Everybody reads that book when they are starting their entrepreneurship journey. That was the first book that I read. And also they gave me these books for free, but then the same lady at the library, and she told me to get this book, How Successful People Think, by John C. Maxwell as well. They really helped me a lot. But most of those books, like a lot of people, especially when you're going through trauma, we don't talk to a lot of people, especially men, because they just have it where they tell, oh man, you have to be strong, you have to be tough. I was there, I was tough, but the toughness was killing me. I didn't even know. I was dying inside. If it wasn't for that lady, I don't know if I would have been making this video, the one you're watching right now. And I'm really thankful for that lady, because with all that came with playing soccer at early age, I made a lot of groupies, so-called groupies, friends, even family members, when you get paid a little allowance, they thought it was like, I never could afford such clothes or such food. So the first thing I'll go buy a little food, buy some sneakers, buy buy stuff that I only dream about having without even noticing. I never like had anything in my savings. I wasn't even taught to save money. I was just taught like, oh, yeah, you're gonna have another paycheck in a week, so I might as well blow the little check I had. And by that time, there was really I was really making change, like a little bit of money. If I told you those numbers, you would even be disappointed. But I was this just excited kid just playing soccer, and I traveled a little bit, and it made me open my eyes to the different types of the world. But on top of that, I didn't know how so much trauma. I didn't want my mom, right? So if you're a man going through a lot, or a woman, you have to seek help. It helps a lot. I'll never know somebody down with seeking help, because depression is not your friend. Like literally, it killed my brother. Because my brother was very depressed after my mom's death. We all needed help, but we never had anybody to talk to, because we used to be mocked. We used to be made fun of. Oh, these kids, their mom was up there, now they're poor as hell. They can't even afford to buy underwear, wear the same clothes. We used to have Fridays where you can come with your fancy clothes at school. When we came to school, we used to come with the best clothes. But after my mom passed, I used to wear my uniform 24/7, 7 days a week. Because just tell people, oh, you're not going home. Oh no, I didn't go home, and I was just studying, but it was a lie. I was playing soccer, and I don't have anything to wear, but just apart from the uniform, which my friend gave me. So that was like mostly my daily outfit, and then the rest of the stuff that I had was just like the soccer boots and my soccer uniform. They were all ripped, but I didn't give a damn. I was just passionate about the game. And I remember going to school. The time I started giving up, I'm just gonna give up at school. They mocked me when I was going to school, but I had this ripped uniform, and I didn't smell so good, and it's like, it was torn apart and just mocked me. So all that stuff was all trauma from patch I just carried into my adult life, and they just started pounding till I just broke down. So it's okay for a man to cry. It's okay for a woman to cry, and it's okay to ask for help, especially in this culture hustle we have. Like, oh, I gotta hustle, but you forget about your health and your mental status is very important. All right, you have to meditate. You have to find yourself a place where you call home, where you feel safe, you feel like you need to talk to somebody. All right, and you have to put God first. Whatever God, especially this spiritual life we are into. We are watching on these documentaries so much on TV, YouTube, whatever you feel, YouTube channel you go to, if they are giving positive value to your life, keep locked in and keep watching them. But on top of that, there are a lot of scammers as well who just trying to suck you out, all your little savings. On top of that, you have to block out the noise, all right? Be deaf to the world, all right? Be deaf to the world. You have to put yourself first, and don't be a procrastinator. If you see something that you want to go after, it can be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a career that you've been trying to get into, it could be school. Just stop being a procrastinator, because time waits for no man, and the only thing that kills somebody is time. You don't have unlimited time with life. Is short. So you have to utilize whatever time you have left on this earth. Today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. Tomorrow is never promised. I wish I could ask more time to spend with my mother. I pray to her, I talk to her, I think she's my guardian angel, she's always there. So what I can just advise each and every person out there, tomorrow is never promised. If you need help, seek help. It begins with yourself. Self-happiness. You can never be happy. You can never be unhappy and you think you're gonna make the other person happy. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, I didn't want to make this video too long. There will be another part 2. So if you like the value that I'm giving in this video, please kindly subscribe. I'm not gonna force you to subscribe. If you like the content, you might as well subscribe. But my channel is all about self-improvement, because I can just give value to whatever people that need help. We can only help each other, so we are with that, alright? There's a lot of people who are like me and going through the same stuff that I'm going through, but it's really important to talk to people, to seek for help, and just like health is wealth, like they say. you need help, you need to talk to a lot of people, because like I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm still trying to be the better person that I was yesterday. So if I can help somebody there, you can help the other person there. And please don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. If you see an opportunity, there's an open door for somebody who can do the better job than you are right now, please hook up your friend, suggest your friend, introduce your friend, even though it's a relationship, even though it's a job, all right? Introduce your friends to that opportunity. The more open and giving you are, the more blessings you get, all right? I've realized that, like, I'm not the best person, but I think I am the best that I can be to help somebody out there who's looking for. So what can you please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.